situations, let's get authority.
Saying purified is better than smashed. Huh? So he is very decently saying purified. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. The verse is here. Let us take this famous verse, 10.27.6. Pita Gurustvam Jagatamadhisho Duratyaya Kala Upata Dandaha Hitaya Checha Tanubhi Samihase Manam Vidhunman Jagadisha Manina Pita Gurustvam Jagatamadhisho Duratyaya Kala Upata Dandaha Hitaya Checha Tanubhi Samihase Manam Vidhunman Jagadisha Manina. All Prabhujis together. Pita Gurustvam Jagatamadhisha Duratyaya Kala Upata Dandaha Hitaya Checha Tanubhi Samihase Anam Vidhunman Jagadisha Manina. All Matajis together. Thank you. Pita, the father. Guru, the spiritual master. Tvam, you. Jagata, of the entire universe. Adhishaha, the supreme controller. Duratyayaha, insurmountable. Kalaha, time. Upata, wielding. Dandaha, punishment. Hitaya, for the benefit. Cha, and Ichha, assumed by your own free will. Tanubihi, by your transcendental forms. Samihase, you endeavor. Manam, the false pride. Vidhunman, eradicating. Jagat Isha, lords of the universe. Maninam, of those who presume themselves to be. Translation purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. You have another mic? You can read. Read and translation.
You are the father and spiritual master of this entire universe and also its supreme controller. You are insurmountable time, imposing punishment upon the sinful for their own benefit. Indeed, in your various incarnations, selected by your own free will, you act decisively to remove the false pride of those who presume themselves masters of this world.
Purport?
The word Hitaya is significant here. Lord Krishna protects religion and chastises the wicked for the benefit of the entire universe. Foolish and faithless Pseudo-priests criticize God for punishing the living entities through the actions of nature. But whether Lord Krishna punishes them indirectly through nature or directly in his incarnations, as mentioned here, he has a perfect right to do so because of the Father, his spiritual master, and supreme ruler of the entire universe. Another way he cuts down the false attempts of the conditioned souls to establish the kingdom of God without God is through his filial and insurmountable time. It is said, spare the rod and spawn the child. That's a fact. And it's actually the Lord's mercy that he takes the trouble to rectify the misbehavior. Although faithless person criticize the Lord's fatherly vigilance,
Although, yeah, faithless person criticizes Lord's fatherly vigilance, he says, yeah. So here it says, you see this verse, Pita, Guru, your father, your spiritual master, uh, Jagatam, Adhisho, you are the supreme controller of the universe. Turatyaya means very insurmountable. Kala, the time. So in the form of time, the Lord changes the situations in this world. Sometimes the demigods are in power, sometimes the demons are in power. Simply by the twinkling of the eye of Lord Vishnu lying in the milk ocean, he can change the situation in the universe. Somebody may have a question, why the Lord allows demons to become more powerful than demigods sometimes? And here is the reason, because the demigods sometimes become complacent or sometimes become falsely proud. Then the Lord twinkles his eyes and then Kala is at his beck and call. So immediately the Kala will change the gunas in such a way that the demons will become powerful. And then the Indra is very coolly sitting in his abode. Some Apsara is playing veena, some Apsara is dancing, and he is very casually sitting in Nandana garden, and demons come running into the heavenly abode with their weapons. Indra has to get up and catch his dhoti and run. So, in this way, Lord arranges some situation in everybody's life to bring them to sanity. Hitaya, that's what he's saying, hitaya, for everyone's benefit. Hitaya che ichha tanubhi samihase. According to his own free will, he comes as Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narsimha, Vamana, or Krishna, Rama, many other forms. Lord in this world appears in those forms and very powerful, amazing pastimes he performs. And in those pastimes, you will see Manam Vidhunvan. Manam means false pride. The Lord cleanses the false pride. Of whom Jagat Ishamanina. Those people who think, I am the supreme controller. Although Krishna is the supreme controller. So, this is one of the greatest problems of the conditioned soul, to very much consider himself very self-important. Like today morning we were talking in the Japa talk also, isn't it? Self-importance. Like you will see, a mosquito goes and sits on somebody's back and he inserts his needle into the person's body, sucks the blood, isn't it? As if it is his property. Yeah. He claims it's his own. And that person immediately takes it. He beats. Sometimes the mosquito becomes chutney. Sometimes the mosquito flies away. Now the mosquito who flew away will go and tell his friends, I'm a smart mosquito. You see, I sucked his blood, but I didn't get damaged by him. Similarly, some people say, oh, I escaped income tax. I could load some money and I escaped income tax. Or somebody has an illicit connection with somebody and then somehow they escaped the punishment. They say, oh, I meddled with some woman and I escaped. I didn't get the punishment by the police or by the relatives of so-and-so. Yes, one may loot somebody's money or one may loot somebody's woman. Like Ravana was looting so many women from so many parts of the world. At last, when he tried to loot goddess of fortune, Sita, even our Kumbhakarna told him, brother, this Sita, she is Jagat Janani. This is the word he used. Jagat Janani means mother of the universe. How can you try to even touch her or bring her here? This is dangerous. You are tying a fire around your belly. This is dangerous. It will destroy you. But because you are my elder brother, I can't advise you. I am still telling you. In case I fight the battle and I die in the battle, I request you to return Sita back to Ram and stop the battle. If I am dying in the battle, it's an indication that you should not further proceed with the war. And Ravana didn't say yes or no. And after Kumbhakarna died, did he give back Sita? No. You can see that. No? So he thought any woman who is beautiful in this world is for my enjoyment. You see, who is beautiful in this world? One who pleases Krishna is beautiful. No? For example, Kubja, she pleased Krishna by offering chandan for Krishna and Balaram. So, although she was having hunchback, still Krishna considered her beautiful. Look at Matanga Rishi's disciples, Shabari. She was 90 plus, completely emaciated body, skinny. And Lord Rama need not have to go, take a detour and go to her place to accept those berries. But because Lord Rama is charmed by the beauty of devotion of any devotee, he took the trouble to go and accept those, bitten fruits she gave, which she had chosen for the Lord, which were very sweet. So that gesture of genuine devotion, that is very charming to the Lord. That makes the individual very beautiful. Beauty is not skin beauty or flesh beauty. This flesh and skin beauty will be finished as you get older by the effect of time. People with jet black hair, they get white hair. People with white hair are sent to graveyard to be burned or buried, isn't it? People with clean cheeks, they get wrinkled cheeks after some time. People with 32 teeth get one out, two out, all out. That's the nature of effect of time on the material beauty. So material beauty is fleeting beauty. But Ravana thought material beauty is everything. So he was looking for beauties in the world. And he was looting such beauties. And very soon Lord Rama came and finished him. Hare Krishna, yeah. So just as the mosquito goes and sits anywhere and tries to suck the blood, similarly, in this world, like a mosquito is claiming that this body is meant for my enjoyment. So let me suck blood. So it sucks blood here, isn't it? So, and you will find that when you get up in the morning, sometimes multiple places mosquito has bitten you. You find red marks. Is it not true? So, because he thinks all this is meant for his enjoyment. He is claiming proprietorship over your body. It's on somebody else's body and thinks it is my property. So there is a great competition in this world for proprietorship, for claiming proprietorship of something. There is a big competition amongst the living entities, claiming proprietorship. You will see one proprietor occupies a place, and another fellow comes and tries to overthrow this fellow and take over. Correct, no? Like sometimes people say that India is becoming like superpower, so many countries are worried. I was wondering why they should worry. You try to grow, they also grow. But many people become insecure when they see somebody flourishing. And people want to loot, people want to dominate. There is a very big fight for proprietorship and power in this world. So uh, that is starting. I'm telling you an example of a mosquito because mosquito sucks blood from somebody else's body. Similarly, people occupy a place and claim to be proprietor. and exploit the people there. Like, for example, you see Kalia, he entered into Yamuna, and he made his own residence along with his, uh, relatives and everybody, snakes, and living under Yamuna. And when Krishna saw that Kalia is polluting Yamuna with poisonous waters, even the birds are dropping from the sky due to the poisonous smoke. And even all the trees in the neighborhood of the Yamuna had become blackish, carbon black, because of the poisonous effect. Coward boys who drank the water became dead. So when Lord Krishna saw the dangerous situation of Vrindavan, he thought that this is brought about by this dangerous Kali. Actually, you should go to any place to create auspiciousness there. That's the meaning of Purohit. Pura means house. Hit means benefit. You go to somebody's house to do benefit for whom? For them. But generally what people do in this world, people connect with you to gain benefit from you. For example, when I go to Pune, many rickshawalas come and surround me. Swamiji, give the luggage. Please come, I will carry your luggage. And in the early days I was cheated. I thought, what a service attitude. He want to carry my luggage. I thought because I am a monk, I think want to render some seva, I thought. So he took both the luggage and I walked behind him and put me in the auto rickshaw. After I sat, I didn't see any meter. I said, where is the meter? He said, meter nahi hai. I said, okay, how much from here to the temple? He said, aap jo denge, hum denge. And I thought, such a wonderful, very liberal personality. So once he reached me to temple, he said, nikalo 200 rupiah. Get me 200 rupees. I said, hey, this will not be more than 30, 40 rupees. So, and he argued, and finally, I gave him 80 rupees or 100 rupees, I gave something. But why I am saying this, that was my first time, very early stage. Now I know anybody is inviting my luggage, I will never give. When I come to the station, taxi wala, auto wala, I don't even look at their face, because they say, when they say like this, you just turn around. Because I know that they are not here to serve, they are to exploit. Just like the mosquito. Imagine a mosquito comes and sits on you. Do you think anything the seva is going to do? It's going to suck the blood. Yeah. Jai Shri Shri Jagannath Subramanian ki. In the same manner, you will find the salesman is smiling at you. It looks like he's going to, do some favor for you. But he has come with an agenda. He wants to somehow or other sell a commodity at a solid price and profit. His mind. So most people in this world connect with others with the intention of getting something out of them. What is in it for me? That is the tendency in this world. They go and connect us like a friend or something, and then eventually they want to get something out. And without getting anything from anybody, nobody has time for anybody. People would just push off. So on the other hand, Lord Krishna or his genuine devotees, they approach anyone only with the desire to facilitate the devotion of the living entities. When they connect, they simply want to see that how can I be of some service to this jiva. This jiva struggling in this world. This jiva wants to relish the pure love for Krishna. So there are some blockages. Let us help in removing the blockage, so that the free space between Krishna and the jiva is made easy access, so the jiva can connect with Krishna and be happy. You be happy with Krishna, and for you to be happy with Krishna, I will do my part. This is the mood in which genuine parents connect with children. Is it not true? You ask any genuine mother, what do you want from your son? No, she will say, I just want son or daughter. We just want to see them grow and just settle in job. And daughter should get properly married in a good home. She should live peacefully and do good. And what do you want? I just want to see them happy. See, there is nothing, no agenda to get out of them. That is genuine love. Otherwise, whether it is salesman or the mosquito or the auto wala, all these fellows, everybody, they connect to suck the blood, to get something out of the other person. So, in this way, there are many people who, in this world, we have to be very careful. In those days, somebody asked me to speak on farm communities. I said, I am not a farm community head or something. I am just preaching to college youth. No, no, Prabhu, you are a very famous preacher. It'd be nice. I'll ask you some questions, you just speak. Anyway, he asked some questions. I said, see, my knowledge is bookish knowledge in the farm. But nevertheless, I will speak for you, no problem. Because you're asking, I will share whatever I learned. So I just shared. I was very innocent. Then he took some video of this and he put it in his website and said, now, Radheshyam Prabhu has validated this farm community, which means you all can invest in this. Later on, many people saw my video and they said, Radheshyam Prabhu is speaking. It must be authorized. Immediately. They closed their eyes and gave. But later on, that person left India and went somewhere else. And then people's money got stuck and everybody started calling me. Prabhu, you told, therefore, I told, I validated, I didn't even remember. That's why I'm very afraid of video taking. If anybody comes for any podcast and anybody comes for, can you speak for this, speak for that, I will run away. I will say, I am very tiny. I am like a tiny atom. There are so many big people available. So, later on, when 5-6 calls came, I called that person and said, Prabhu, where is your website? Where is my video? I don't know anything. Please kindly remove it. I consider you like a friend. I requested him. Of course, he removed it immediately. He was a gentleman. But I told him, you should never use me like a guarantor. In this, I thought you want to learn something, so I shared with you. I never thought I'll be used. How many of you in your life would not like to be used by somebody? Correct? None of us like to be used, isn't it? We want to be of service to others, help others, but we don't want to be used by others. So this is a very dangerous world in that sense. People just why they come to you, what they are going to do with you, you don't know. That is why the trust level has become very low nowadays. In every level, in education institutions, people are fearing. Some education institution looks like they write Oxford, Cambridge, and all they write. And then you think, and in India, how do you get Cambridge or Oxford certificate? You wonder. But later on, some people say it's not authorized. Their website is scrapped now. It's not there. So in the field of education, there is fear. The field of going to doctor, there is fear. In the field of, in marriage, there is fear. And going to hotel and eating out, people have fear. Because the train, you see, somebody brings a garam, very nice smelling bhaji. You've seen that long bhaji? Gama, 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 gama. I used to wonder, my Lord, what these fellows are putting in this? It gives such a nice smell. That gama, gama tells you, buy this, buy this, buy this. And many people buy also. If you eat it, you'll get stomachache. We don't know what recycled oil he used in that. So, in this world, many people come to tempt you, but their goal is to loot your pocket. So, we should also think as jivas, we all have come to this world. What are we doing here? We have to take an observation of our own behavior. We are coming and occupying the land that belongs to Krishna. Like Prabhupada was telling in America. See, America was an empty land at one time. You guys only came 200-300 years ago, isn't it? Europeans entered into America, and then they manipulated the matter in America, and then they developed it. Now there are skyscraper buildings, the broad roads, industries. People are living, making houses and everything. So you have come and occupied the property which originally belongs to Supreme Lord. Is it not true? Just like, you brought some bundi from the market and kept it in a table and you went for a bath. After bath, you come back and see there are a lot of black ants all over the bundi because they occupied. Now all the ants are claiming this bundi is ours. Why? Because we occupied. Correct. So you take, as it is, you take it and keep it in the sunlight. Within 5 minutes, all of them will be gone. So in this world, Prabhupada said, before you came, the land was there. When you are occupying and claiming to be yours, the land is there. And then when you die and when you are dead and you are gone, the land will continue to be there. It will remain. That means it belongs to whom? It belongs to Krishna. It doesn't belong to you. So you are not the proprietor, sir. You are actually, you are coming and occupying someone else's property. Same with our body also. What is because of the land you occupy? Even the body in which the Atma is seated now, we are allowed to be like a tenant in this body. So what is the rent we have paid for being in this body? No? Karma. Yeah. Somebody gave, somebody is able to give some good karma, good currency, then you get a handsome body. You get a good family, you have good mother, father, a nice education, nice job, nice earning, good healthy body. Uh, you live a long life, and so you did something good. You're getting with good karma, you get a good body. With bad karma, you get a bad body, isn't it? But the body is not created by us. The body is awarded to us. Huh? Just like, is there a difference between living in a rented house and living in a own house? Is it the same? Huh? See, in own house, you have a lot of freedom, you know that. Rented house, we were living once in Chennai. We just put one nail. Owner came running. Huh? He said, hey, don't touch the wall. Huh? Yeah, because people are very conscious, correct, no? Because it belongs to him. He said, you can live here, but you cannot damage the house. Huh? We said, how can we put picture on the wall? Therefore, we're putting, sorry, sir, we said, you went away. Then we put the picture with sellotapes. And somebody went and told this, sir, now we don't put nail, we put only sellotape. Again he came running. My lord, the paint is coming out. Then we said, sir, then how to put? He said, keep a table and keep the picture over the table. Okay. So you can see that in this world, if somebody owns a place, they will not let you do what you want, correct? No? You have to, like for example, some people who have a car, they will never give their car to anybody else. Because if somebody else uses, they may damage the car or spoil the car. They will only drive, correct? No? So we all, how many of you feel some of the things that belong to us, which are very dear to us, we may not spare for others? Correct, no? Yeah, correct, no? Especially ones which are, if something is useless, you may give away. Huh? You may say, I'm very generous, please take it. Huh? Isn't it? But otherwise, we will preserve, isn't it? So ownership is a very important thing in this world. Huh? So Lord has given us this bodily car for us to use. We are resident of this body, but Lord is the president. Huh? So that he is presiding this body, he's the owner of the body, and we are only paying the rent of karma here. Prabhu was sitting in one loft in America, in one of the temples. He told the devotees, see, this old lady has given this house on rent for us. So we are comfortably using it for ISKCON activities. And the moment we tell her, we will not give you rent, she will throw us out. He said, you have to pay, because you are only a tenant. You are not the owner. So the tenant should be conscious that I am living in someone else's property. So Krishna has given me this property, this body to use. So if company gives you a car, so what should you do with that car? Go to company and use it for the company, correct, no? So you can use the company car to go to the ocean beach and eat some groundnuts, eat some cone ice cream and be looking the beauty of the ocean. Phone call will come, hey, where are you? Are you going to the clients to recover the money? Sir, I am at the beach side. They will take back the car. We have given you the car for doing some company work. Similarly, Krishna has given us body so that we can serve him. Rishikena, Rishikesha Sevana. But if you are using a body for some other purpose, then we become thieves. Like you see, every part of our body, there is a presiding deity. For the eyes, there is Surya Dev. Surya Dev is for the eyes. For the mind, Soma. Similarly, for the ears, Dig Devatas. Dig Devatas. For the nose, Ashwini Kumaras. For the mouth, there is Agni. And for the tongue, there is Varuna. For the hands, Indra. For the genitals, Brahma. So for all these parts, for example, if I'm looking at Jagannath with my eyes, Surya Deva is very happy. See this Jiva, how wonderful it is. He's using the eyes for looking at Lord's darshan, so he's getting purified. So Surya Deva feels I am blessed and fortunate to be his controller of his eye, because he's using the eye for the right purpose. See, everything has a right purpose and wrong purpose, correct, no? Imagine, for example, you have a cricket bat, it's used for hitting a correct ball. A spoon is meant for eating gulab jamun. Somebody says, I will use the spoon to play cricket. Is it possible? Yeah, possible. Only thing is the hand will go like this. Because you are using it in a wrong way. Or you take a cricket bat and apply some Fevicol and touch a gulab jamun and put. You will break your tooth. So use the thing for which it is exact. So our body and senses are meant for. You try to use body and senses for serving Krishna, your senses will be ecstatic, your mind and senses will be blissful. But use it for the opposite purpose of sense gratification, our mind and senses will burn. So the whole world is burning. Samsara davanala. Because it's like using a spoon for cricket playing. Or using a cricket bat for eating gulab jamun. You are using it for the opposite purpose, foolishly. Not using it for the right purpose. Similarly, when we are using our mind to chant the holy name and remember Krishna, the Soma is very happy. So all these senses, see why the mouth is Agni? Because if Agni is little more while making halwa, it will become burnt. How many of you can smell the burning halwa? Those people have a long nose, you can smell, isn't it? So similarly, it burns, little extra fire. Similarly, while speaking to some devotee, you give a feedback with your mouth. Immediately the relationship get roasted. Isn't it? Then, so therefore we have to control our speech. Agni, isn't it? Similarly, nose. Why Ashwini Kumaras for the nose? Because all the 3,000 or more medicinal herbs are, you can identify them by smelling. Rub, you smell. Therefore, Ashwini Kumaras are in charge of the Ayurveda, in charge of the nose. Similarly, Dig Devatas, why they are in charge of the ears? If somebody beats the hand behind you, immediately you turn and see who is that. How do you detect their presence? By sound, ears. Therefore, Dig Devatas are for. You look at the Dik by hearing the sound. Dig Devatas like that. Yeah. The same manner, why Surya is in charge of the eyes? Because our eyes are useless without external aid of a light. Like imagine you are on Amavasya day. Can you see anybody? Pitch dark night. There is no external light. You can't see anybody. On the road, you will hit somebody and they shout. Only then you know somebody is there. How do you know? Because their teeth is shining. Sorry, you may say. That means we have eyes, but the eyes are useless without the aid of sun. But therefore, Lord sees first and then we see. How Lord sees? His eyes are sun and moon. So hot eye and cool eye. So with his hot eye, he produces rain shower, produces grains, fruits, cereals, everything. With his cool eye, he fills it up with juices. Such kind Lord. He's so kind that he is nourishing all his children by his two eyes glancing. Maya Adhyakshena Prakriti. He just glances at Prakriti and all these are produced and given to us. So you can see how powerful are his eyes. First he sees, then we see. Yeah. And first he enters the universe. Then only universe is activated. There is one full chapter on Nodadishtat tada virat. Nodadishtat tada virat. Many. Lastly, there is one verse which says Chitte na hridayam. In the Chitta, when Vasudeva Lord entered, Super Soul, when Lord enters, then only universe becomes activated. First he comes in, then universe is activated. First he sees, then everyone else can see. Therefore, our eyes are dependent on Surya to be able to see. So this is very, very important for devotees, that we should know that all our senses are not in our control. They are in the control of presiding deities who are all Krishna's devotees. They are all assisting limbs. Deva Narayana Angaja, it is said. Narayana Paraveda, Deva Narayana Angaja. They are all born from the limbs of the Lord. They are all like sitting on the shoulder, hand, different. They are assisting limbs of the Lord Narayana. So we should be afraid to misuse our senses. Like somebody is doing illicit relation, then Brahma is angry. Hey, he's using his genitals for a wrong purpose, illicit purpose. Similarly, eyes, you are not looking at Krishna, you're looking at some dirty cinema poster. Surya is angry with you. Hey, look at this guy. He is misusing. I am here to help him maintain his eye properly, and this fellow is misusing it. So Devatas are not happy with us. How many of you want blessings of Devatas? Correct, no? So they'll give you a blessing when you use the body for Rishikena, Rishikesha Sevana. How do you know Devatas bless you? What is the proof? You can see when Parikshit was hearing Bhagavatam, and then when he was leaving the body, Devatas showered flowers. When Prithu and Archi were going in the skyway in a Vaikuntha airplane, Devatas were showering flowers. When Arjuna went to Indra Loka, you will see, Lord Shiva gave him Pashupatastra. Indra also gave him his celestial weapons. In entire career of Indra, only once Indra moved aside in his seat and made Arjuna sit next to him. When I read it, I was about to faint. I thought even Indra can be so generous in making somebody sit along with him in his seat. Generally, Indra is known for being very fearful of, his seat taken away. But why? Because he knew Arjuna is a pure devotee, he won't compete with me. Pure devotees go back to Godhead. So he shared the seat with him. So that means you will be blessed by Devatas if you engage everything in Lord service. So why am I expanding on this point? Not only our land or our commodities which we possess, not only they belong to Krishna, even our very body and our senses, they belong to him. Krishna is there in our heart as super soul. He's the president, we are the resident, I said. So he's our master. Only we can't see him. Why? See, we are all seated in this bodily car and we are driving the car. But Lord sits right behind. Why? Why he is not coming in the front? Because we don't want him to come in the front. Just like there was a little girl who would go to play, but her mom would be seeing from the flat how my little daughter, how is she connecting with her friends? What does she speak? Is she having good habits and behavior or not? But this little girl will look up and say, "Hey, mom, go inside." Why are you seeing me while talking to my friends? Mom would say, "I'm not doing anything. I'm just standing in the balcony just to, have some fresh air." She would say, "No, go to the other balcony. Don't come here." How many of children don't like parents to watch them? So we are also like that children only. We are told the Lord, you do your Lila, I will do my Lila. You be in spiritual world, I will be in material world, I will do my own thing. And don't disturb me. So we have come here. So Lord is so kind. He has to, actually, if he doesn't supervise, it's dangerous for us. Correct, no? Can a mother or father let the child go in the road? No, they cannot. Therefore, Lord also knows this poor fellow, he wants to be independent, but he can't be independent. I have to facilitate his protection, but at the same time, I will not come in the front. So Lord is just like way behind. And you are thinking, here, there, you see, Lord is not seen. Lord is right behind. But if we make an effort to become Krishna conscious, slowly the Lord will become visible. Imagine I am driving the car, somebody is, instead of sitting behind, they sit here. So I can at least turn and see that somebody is sitting behind. Still I may think I am the owner. I am the owner, he is also there. You may think like that. But when he sits right next to you, when he guides you in your life, he tells you, go straight, take right, take left. He guides you. Then according to his direction, I drive the vehicle. I drive my life. Then I understand that actually following his guidance is the safest course of action in my life. I just have to follow him. Karishye vachanam. Krishna will guide me what to do, what not to do, what is good for me, what is bad for me. We have to be very intelligent like Prithu Maharaj. Prithu Maharaj was asked by Lord, what benediction you want? Prithu thought for a moment and said, see, my dear Lord, in this world, I tried to be a good man, but I had a competition with Indra. I tried to do my 100 sacrifice, but Indra competed with me and, there was a tussle and then Brahma came, you came. I am only very afraid of competition, he said, in this world. So now after I get liberated and come to your abode, I have one more fear, he said. Lord asked, what is the fear? See, if I go to massage your feet, Lakshmi ji may say, hey, massaging feet is whose service? My service. If she competes with me, my dear Lord, at that time, of course I may tell her, you massage one feet, I'll massage the other one. At that time he said, at that time, my Lord, I am sure you will protect me and you will not take away my service. you'll give me service at that time also. Because now you came to give me darshan, correct now? Uh, just Indra got Indra Loka, but I got your lotus feet. In the same manner, when I come to your abode, hopefully you will protect me and defend me and give me service and you will not kick me away. So, because in this way I am afraid of competition, I don't want to ask any benediction from you on my own. Instead, he said, like a father is a well-wisher of the son. Similarly, you are my well-wisher. So I depend on you. Whatever you think will do good for me, that you give me, he said. Huh? Lord said, a smart fellow. Huh? He has put the whole thing on me because tomorrow some problem comes, he can catch me. Same thing Kardamani also did. Kardamani was meditating. Lord became very pleased with Kardama. Lord cried tears of joy seeing his penance. And when Lord cried tears, that became Bindu Sarovar. Can you imagine? So much nicely he performed devotion service. The Lord was ready to give him any benediction. The Lord told him, see, I can see that you have a desire to marry. Because you want to, do some praja utpatti for the pleasure of your father Brahma. So, yes, you can get married. You have my blessings. But then Kardamani said, I won't marry anybody. If I have to marry, I will marry only someone whom you give me. He said, because anything that comes out of you is pure love. Anything that comes out of you is beneficial for us. Anything I concoct with my own brain, that would lead to problems. Like Einstein made one very profound statement. He said, in this world, the intelligence with which people have created problems is insufficient to solve those problems, he said. That means you need a transcendental solution to a material problem. Because, for example, you take a pot, even a child can break the pot. Does it take very great intelligence to break the pot? But what intelligence required to make the pot, you need intelligence, correct? No? Breaking the pot is very easy. Similarly, our speculative mind is so dangerous, our fickle mind and impure senses. I don't want to ask any benediction from you with these things. I will actually pave dangerous way for myself. Instead, I will only accept someone whom you give me. And then the Lord became very pleased. Lord said, okay, third day from today, the king of the world, Swayambha Manu, will bring, and Chatrupa, his wife, they will bring their daughter Devahuti to you and you hand them over to you, hand her over to you in marriage, Lord said. So then Kardamani's character and history, life became very glorious by that. So here are examples of people like Swayambha Manu or Prithu Maharaj who are clearly able to see that Lord is the proprietor and we are like his children. We are simply a small part and parcel of the Lord and we should depend on him for our decisions. We should offer everything to him with devotion. We should not try to possess these things for our sense gratification. So that right type of consciousness is very important. But what happens in this world when one is offered some role to play? Like Indra is here, he's posted as a king of, heaven, he's a chief of the demigods. So there is a tendency to cut off our upward connection and connect more with downward connection. Downward connection is with those who are our followers. Upward connection is with our superiors. And equal connection is with our friends. So generally, friends are very casual in dealing with us and they will give you feedback left, right, center without fear. How many of you experience? Friends are very free with you, correct? No? So your mind doesn't like to associate so much with the friends. You think that these fellows make me see my bad side. I don't like. And the seniors will always be giving upadesh to you. Do this, do that, don't do this. So they know how much upadesh I can take. Even like sometimes boys say, Prabhu, when I hear that Maharaj giving lecture, I'm afraid. One boy said, why are you afraid? Oh, the instructions are so lofty. I wonder whether in this lifetime I can capture them. You know? So one boy was telling, Bhauji, Trinadapi Sunichana frightens me. I said, why should you be afraid? He said, Prabhu, how I can consider myself like a straw in the street? I consider myself the center of universe. I am taught in the college that you should Achieve, you should be an achiever. I am in achiever mode. So, so from the top, instructions are coming, from the side, feedbacks are coming. So both these things we try to escape. And what is the easiest thing to connect? People below us. Because they always tell you, Prabhuji, you are a pure devotee. After Shuddha Bhakta, isn't it? So people below us will catch our feet and pull us down. Because our 2 feet are easily available to them. Because they're below us, catch and pull you down very easily. But Guru above, he can catch our tuft and pull us up. Like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu caught whose tuft? Kala Krishna Das. See? So better hand over your tuft to your spiritual master. Maharaj, catch me and pull me up. Of course, what is the meaning of giving your tuft to Guru? Hearing his lectures and following. Hear his lectures, make notes, bullet points and sutras. Try to understand, implement in life. If you do that, we are handing over our life to Guru, and also we are becoming dependent on his instructions. Correct, no? We are not conducting our life with our whimsical mind, but we are conducting our life guided by the instruction of the Guru and seniors. Then that means you are handing over your life to them. Then you will always be level-headed, and you will be proper in sadachar behavior and all. But as years progress, sometimes we don't hear enough, we don't associate enough, and we become covered over. One example I will tell you. When I went to Boston and Brooklyn, both these places, we took some 45, 50 boys, and we went for one retreat, outdoor retreat. It was a chill winter season, minus 20 degrees centigrade in America. Everywhere you will find on the roads, the snow actually falls bit by bit, it will fall and settle. So on the road, they put some chemical, and there is one vehicle will keep going and cleaning the road so that other cars can go, isn't it? But on the sides, you will see snow everywhere. So we went to one location. We decided that we will not have to go outside. Cold winds are blowing. So we took a very big apartment, and everything is closed. Windows, doors, everything is closed. We had very nice camp for 3 days. We had, and it was having a heat pump also. So it was very comfortable thing. So after the camp was over, we wanted to board our car. And one boy came out and said, Prabhuji, somebody has stolen our car. We don't find the car, he said. So then other devotees came and said, they searched here, there, here only we kept. But in that place, there was a mountain of snow. Then he had a little suspicion, why this looks like a mountain? There must be car inside. So then he brought something like cricket bat type of thing. Part, he was breaking the ice. Actually, this ice doesn't come all of a sudden. It comes little drops, and then settles. First one layer comes, then second layer, third layer. It comes completely covered like a big mountain it was. And then when he broke the ice, then he saw the car inside. So it was very difficult. He tried to break this side, that side. Almost 1 hour he was trying. And we all realized that getting the ice off completely of the car after it settles is almost difficult. So then we asked our president, Prabhu. He said, the best way the ice can be removed is when sun shines in the sky. That time the ice will melt and go away. Then we said, Prabhuji, how long will it take? He said, that may take 2 to 3 days, he said. Then we have to wait 2, 3 more days there. Then we took another car and returned back. We left this car here only. And then after 2 days, when sun shone brightly, and then all the ice went, and then one devotee remained there to bring the car back. He brought it. But I got a realization when I saw that. What was it? The shining sun is like Krishna's and Guru's instructions, enlightenment that they give. If we are always in the shining sun, the snow like ignorance cannot cover us. But when there is no sun, layer by layer, ignorance covers, like covering the car, isn't it? And does ignorance come all of a sudden? No, it comes little by little by little. You don't even know. See, when the soft ice is falling from the sky, you will say, oh, this is not a great deal. Children, in fact, play also. When the snow is very soft, they make balls out of it, many things. In America, they play with it also. But initially it is very soft, but eventually it becomes hard, completely covers. And you can't even break it also. So ignorance also gradually comes. It covers the soul, covers soul. When it covers us, when we are not regularly hearing, when we are not regularly following proper sadachar. These two things are very important. If you are hearing Guru, reading Prabhupada's purports, contemplating on what we heard, what we read, understand it and be very careful. Therefore it is said, Sakale Samman Korite Shakati Deho Nata Yatha Yatha. Tabe to gaye wo Hari Nama Sukhe Aparadha Have. So let me respect all Vaishnavas. And similarly we say, Vandamoyi Savadhana Matave. Be very careful in respecting the Acharya, Acharya Upasanam. The Acharya should be worshipped with great reverence, respect and affection. And we should think that Chakudan Dilojay, Janme Janme, birth after, I will serve you millions of lives. Because why I will serve you millions of lives? If I look at my life before, when we were in school days or college days, all of you think for a moment about your life prior to Krishna consciousness. You just remove your shirt and put in a hanger. Next day again wear it. Huh? Again you come back and put it. Until after 10 times you wear it, starts stinking. Then you think, now I think I have to wash now. Isn't it? What kind of life is that? Huh? So one habit you think about. Think about your current habit and think about your previous habit. How many of you have drunk coffee before coming to ISKCON? Isn't it? Coffee, people said, I can't live without coffee. There are people like that. They're filter coffee, especially if you're in South India. Is it not true? Yeah. So we were addicted to so many habits. So when I look back, one time I made a table, what all I was doing before and now, how my Guru has transformed my life. So I wrote earlier, I used to go to shop to purchase cinema songbook and then memorize a song. Now we are singing Vaishnava songs. Correct, no? So we used to memorize cinema song, in our home and then keep singing it and then keep playing it and memorizing it. But now we are singing Vaishnava song, is it not true? Before that, in childhood, we were watching Phantom comics. Any of you read Phantom comics? You don't know what other comics you read? Probably He-Man, Batman, Spider-Man. You must have seen, isn't it? Huh? Yeah, cartoons. Yeah, isn't it? Now you can see the same time what we would be reading different things. We are reading Mahabharata, Ramayana, Bhagavad Gita. See how Guru has made our life sublime. You can see that, isn't it? Before that, we were eating all honey and garlic and all kinds of things. Now, clean eating and clean habits. So we have to look back and what was the quality of our talking with our friends? What were our ambitions? They were simply material ambitions. Considering trying to climb the ladder of success, get one material success, second material success, third material success, how to become more popular, how to do this, how to achieve this, how to achieve that. So when we look back, we can see that from that type of materially oriented materialistic life, Guru has transformed us so much. We should think, who has taught me to put tilak? Who taught me to wear the kantimala and follow the four regulative principles strictly? Who has put a bead bag around my neck? If I go to Infosys or Microsoft, they'll put another one around the neck. Instead of this, they'll put what you put? ID card. Company says, wear this and always keep reminding yourself, I work for this company. Correct or not? Whereas right now we have bead bag. Bead bag reminds us of Krishna and Guru. Is it not true? So we are wearing dhoti, kurta, and how our life has become so sublime. So all this is taught by Guru and Srila Prabhupada and Krishna. So we should remember this, how I was and how he has made me so fortunate and blessed. Bhagyavan Jeev. Therefore it's a Guru Krishna Prasade Paye, Bhakti Radhavij. Brahmanda Brahmita Kona Bhagyavan Jeev. Why we say will serve you birth after birth? After millions and millions of lives, now this type of transformation that Guru has bestowed upon us has come. Otherwise, we don't know, another million lives we would be rotting in this world. So we should be very grateful for what we have received. So, and we should always remember that I will lead my life only guided by the instructions of Guru and Vaishnavas and safely return back to Godhead. Otherwise, my ignorance will cover me and make a fool out of me. And many people have become fools. One of them is Indra, who lost control. So I will show you one picture, just a minute. See, this is a yearly practice Vrajavasis are doing at the performing yajna. And then you will see Indra sends his agents for showering rains. Huh? And they are all coming and showering rains, and Indra is ordering them, and then see, showering rains, and all the Vrajavasis will be very happy. And you will see that. See, now the rains are coming now. So you see, all are very ecstatic now. The rain shower. See, the lotus is happy, frogs are happy, birds are happy, deers are happy, peacocks are dancing joyfully, hmm? Crops are growing, isn't it? So, so, in this way, Indra was thinking that, in this way I am keeping the world happy. So, for the world, who is the master? I am the master. Like that he was thinking. See, but Krishna found that now Indra is thinking, I am all in all. Huh? I am in control. And all these people are my devotees, he thought. Hmm? You see, whenever we belong to a particular temple, ISKCON temple, we preach and bring people. Those people belong to whom? They belong to us or the ISKCON temple? Yeah, they belong to ISKCON, Prabhupada. And for example, if you are working in a company gives you a company's car, company's laptop. When you leave the company, can you take the car with you? No, you have to leave behind the car. Laptop, all facilities the company gave you, you have to leave it behind. Because you are working for the company, you are given those things. Now that you are not working for the company, you won't get those facilities. Same manner, but this is not the case. What many times happens in ISKCON, some preacher comes, he preaches, and he brings some people. And then later on, if he has a tussle with the temple authorities, he quits the temple. And he thinks that these people were brought by whom? Me. So they belong to? He thinks. So that's the wrong thing. Similarly, Indra is made one in charge of being the head of devatas. And these people have been doing puja year after year after year. And this fellow got addicted to them like a spoiled child. Huh? What is the meaning of a spoiled child? In one of the Western countries, in one family, one mother and father, they were pampering a child, pampering a kid. Pampering, when the kid was so small, they would celebrate a big birthday. And they would put, all balloons in the house and decorations in the house, give a very gorgeous dress for this person. And so I have seen families, both son and daughter, where they celebrate very big birthdays, like that. Very gorgeous, spend a lot of money, make a very big cake and call all the friends and you blow off the candles and cut and give. And then what happens sometimes, parents think this is whose daughter or whose son? My daughter or my son. So when we put up a big festival, then people should know that we are very aristocratic family. Similarly, our child, son or daughter should go to which school? International school, the best school, isn't it? Why? Why? Because people will ask in society, where is your son or daughter going to study? Huh? For many people, these are all status symbols. Huh? Yeah. I remember when we were small kids, we were going to a very simple elementary school, Saraswati Elementary School. You know, when we were in first standard, second standard, I think, up to third, I was in that simple, very simple village school. Then when we went to city, I went to one matriculation school, I think fourth and fifth. After that, also one government model school we were going, sixth to tenth or something. Parents hardly bothered about the school. They thought that some education you have to get. It's not that we have to send our son only to international schools. Uh, So, but nowadays, parents too much worry about showing off themselves as well as making the child also show off. And like that, one girl was pampered when she grew up, when she grew up to 15 or 16. And, and she expected that year after year, my parents should put up bigger and bigger festival for my birthday. Yeah, gorgeous dress and gorgeous celebration and everything like that. And then when she came to a certain age, she wanted to marry one particular boy. But this girl wasn't so good looking, and nor was the boy interested. He already had chosen someone else. He got married to that person and went away. So this girl got depressed completely. And, uh, and then she made everybody else depressed also. So the reason for the whole family becoming depressed and eating sleeping pills and all these things, why? That is because if you pamper somebody more and more and more, their expectations go on increasing. More the expectations, then more the frustration also afterwards. Actually, although my father was like a millionaire, in the afternoon when he would come home, sometimes he would just sleep like this. He would just keep his hand and sleep like this on the floor. I would tell him, why don't you take a chatai? He says, God has given very good floor. What is the need of chatai? He will say. He would say like that. He never pampered us, just because he has a lot of money. He would say, don't waste a single penny. Yeah, you wouldn't allow us to waste money. Therefore, we are also very strict. We don't let people unnecessarily waste, squander Krishna's wealth, isn't it? So, so expectations were very less. Unnecessarily. So the less the expectation, more the bliss, more the joy, isn't it? So, like very simple. It's a very, very simple thing. Imagine, for example, you have been sleeping in chatai all through. Later on, when you get married, say father-in-law gives a gadda to you as a gift. You will be very grateful. I slept always in chatai. Now I got a gadda. But imagine you have been sleeping in this much thick gadda before. Hmm? Now you are given a thin mattress for you as a gift. You will throw it away. You will say, what is this? I have always slept in this one. So you will always see that it's true. In America also once one teacher was giving winter socks and gloves. She was giving winter gloves, winter socks to children. She was saying winter season, you are all feeling very cold. Children were saying, thank you, madam, thank you, madam. Very poor Afro-American children were there. They were, thank you, madam. They were all receiving. When rich kids came, they just picked up and threw it away. They said, what is this? We thought he'll give us iPad or something. Yeah. Yeah, because when you get things very easily, you take it for granted. And then you become very proud also that I am already enjoying such a big thing. What are you giving? It's good for nothing. So Indra was like that. Indra thought, I am the boss. Everybody else is das. They are all doing yajna for me. These guys, they are dependent on me. Unless I give rains, everybody will perish. In this way, I am the pivot in the lives of all these people. They are revolving around me. They are all at my beck and call. This false mastership, when it was observed by Krishna, he thought, hey, this demigod is becoming like a spoiled child. So he has to be rectified. Manam vidhunvan. He has to be cleansed. Why he has to be cleansed? Because he is whose representative? Oh, Krishna's representative. So he has to. So Krishna's representatives should represent Krishna properly or not? Very important. Otherwise, they will spoil the show. Tomorrow, because of his false pride, he will end up doing more and more blunders. One mistake, two mistakes, three mistakes, like that. And he cannot facilitate the devotional service of the jivas towards Krishna because of being opaque. He's not transparent. Who is a transparent devotee? If you see through a devotee, you should be able to see the Gurus, Vartaman Acharya Vrind, and you should be able to see Prabhupada. You should be able to see all the Parampara Acharyas and ultimately Krishna. So a genuine preacher is one who helps people to develop affection for Krishna. He doesn't put himself in the center that you remain with me only. No, actually we have to make people develop attraction to Krishna. It's true that people develop attraction for a Vaishnava, but that attraction should ultimately lead for attraction towards Krishna. If it remains like some people are attracted to Prabhupada, when Prabhupada left the world, they stopped chanting. That is sentimental love. Real spiritual love means through Prabhupada you are attracted to Krishna. So Guru and Krishna should be worshipped together. Yasya deve para bhaktir, yatha deve tata guru, tasya te kata hi artha prakashanti mahatmana. If you make Guru God, that is Mayavad. If you make only Krishna is God, I don't care about anybody, that is Sahajaism. But we need both. Therefore we worship Gaur Nitai. Gaur is Krishna and Nitai is Guru. So Guru and Krishna should be worshipped together. They should be adored together. Similarly, for example, people should see Indra and they should see Krishna also. See, Indra is our immediate master and Krishna is our ultimate master. And in this way, by the mercy of Krishna, Indra is giving us rains. That's the right way of seeing by the Vrajavasis. And what should be Indra's idea? I am simply a tiny servant of Krishna. Krishna has millions of servants, right? He has millions of planets and Brahmandas also. But I am made as one servant in one small Brahmanda, and I'm assisting him. Like that, you should think. Huh? But that consciousness was not there with Indra at this point of time. Huh? He had forgotten his connection to Krishna, and this can happen, especially when we become very successful. Huh? When we become successful and very big, when we become a specialist in something, we may start becoming very proud, and we may forget our upward connection, peer connection, and all that. So therefore, Krishna is calling, see, Nanda Baba and asking about the yajna, and calling all the Vijavasis. They're all coming. See how innocent are they? They're all saying, they're all bringing everything. He's telling them. And then he's saying, let us worship this Govardhan hill with all the samagri, he's saying. So, so they're all cooking now, different items, preparing. And he's telling, let's worship the Govardhan. They're all bringing pots and everything. Nanda Baba is calling everybody and organizing. Okay, Krishna has told us that we should worship only Govardhan. Because Krishna's desire is to see that we worship Govardhan. Let us please him. So some coward men were telling, Kana, is it all right that we keep these ingredients for Indra and one more set of ingredients we will use for worshipping Govardhan? Kana said, not all right. This ingredient which was kept for Indra only should be used for, like that he said. They said, okay, if that is your desire, so be it. We will exactly do what you say, because we are here to please you. We want to please Krishna. You are a real Indra. So they agreed. Now they are worshipping. And see, Krishna became Govardhan. Very, very beautiful form the Lord assumed. When they saw Krishna's form in the Govardhan, the Javasis became so happy. Look at Kana, you see, Kana is only eating whatever we are giving. They all became very happy that whatever preparations we made, so Krishna himself assumed the form of Govardhan and he ate all of it and then gave it all back. So in this way, and he told them, all of you circumambulate. Govardhan keeping the cows and calves. And they made all preparations and offered. They faithfully followed. In this way, as time goes on, okay, we will come to this further point. See, Indra is getting news. See, the news is coming that, my dear king, Indra, we have got a news that Samartha, we have, instead of worshipping you, this year all the worship is going to Govardhan. Indra said, what? What news are you giving me? He became very angry. See here, look at him. Vachalam, Balisham, Stabdam, Agyam, Panditamarinam, Krishnam, Martyam, Upashitya, Gopame, Chakrarapriyam, like that he said. This blue small boy is a talkative boy. He said, Vachalam, Balisham, he is simply a kid, he said. Stabdam, very stubborn fellow. Agyam, ignorant fellow, he said. Panditamarinam, he thinks he is very learned. He is misguiding all the praja. He doesn't know the cosmic situation. How the whole universe is managed. He's a small kid and all the people are hearing him. Like that he was talking. And I, Indra, I manage all the big Samartaka clouds and everything. What does this fellow know? See, sometimes even in an office, you go somewhere, government office and all, there is a boss, there is a subordinate. You go to the subordinate and ask him, hey, your boss is there? You ask him. You'll say, why boss, hum hai na? I am there. And they will say, you say, no. You are there, it's all right. You can give some clarification, but we want a signature, you see, from the boss. Can't I put signature? Oh, boss, usko kya malum? He comes once in a while here. Hum karte hain sab kuch. We are doing everything, and that fellow just once in a while comes to just supervise what we are doing. Actual chalane wale hum hain. Like the people talk or not? Then he will take the form from you and put a signature. Okay, 5 lakh rupees granted, take it. And you also think, oh, I didn't know that you have so much power that you have given me 5 lakhs now. Thank you. And later on the boss comes and asks, hey, what is this 5 lakh? And they say, sir, that so-and-so came, I granted 5 lakhs, to him. But you never even told me about this. No, sir, I just phoned you up, you were a little busy. Every year you have been sanctioning them, so I also sanctioned 5 lakhs. But I told you this year I wasn't planning to sanction. Instead of 5 lakhs, I thought of giving them only 1 lakh. Oh, really, sir? I didn't know that. Huh? So it seems that you have started granting such money without my consent. For how many more people you did that? Ajay is asking. And this fellow told me, sorry, sir. Then we will find you. Correct? It happens like that, correct? No, because the subordinate, he went beyond his jurisdiction of power. He is supposed to consult his boss, isn't it? He acted independently, whimsically. This happens or not? How many of you have seen such whimsical action in this world, correct? No? Now, any of you think about it, why did he act whimsically? What is the reason for that? Yes? He thinks himself to be master, that's one reason. Another, yeah? He attached to his worship, okay? He wants to be the controller. He wants to show that person that I don't have power. हमारे पास भी है power. So that is what Lord scolded Brahma also. There is one shloka in 7th canto when Narasimhadev was Garjana, he was doing. All demigods were trembling. The most trembling demigod was Brahmaji. Because he only gave benediction to. Yeah. And there is one shloka in which Lord is telling Brahma, you see, you have given all this benediction to this fellow, and therefore this fellow became so atrocious, isn't it? Yeah. He went beyond your... Because Brahmaji, when he appeared in front of Hiranyakashipu, he said, Darshanam nafalam mama. He said, which means, Hiranyakashipu, you have done severe austerities. Even Bhrigumuni cannot remain without water for 100 celestial years like what you have done. At the time, Bhrigumuni was also with him only. Yeah, he quoted the example of Occupancy. He's a very great rishi. But you did better than this fellow also. It's not very easy. You didn't. So Brahma himself thought in his mind, this much austerity he did for me. Now if I give some chota-mota gift to him, that will be below my dignity. Is it not true? So he thought, therefore he said, Darshanam nafalam mama. So your darshan of me will not go in vain. I will give you something so solid that you will think that it is worthy of your austerities. Therefore Brahma said, I can't give you Amaratva, but anything else. He said. Then he asked them, not inside the palace, not outside. He said, Tadastu, Tadastu, Tadastu. He went on giving. Suddenly he realized, my Lord, if he becomes so invincible, indefeatable, then have I by mistake given him immortality? So he granted beyond his jurisdiction. So in the same manner, we have to take care that when we are subordinate to somebody, we should not feel shy to tell the people that I am not the ultimate controller here. Sir, I can give you information, but at least I have to make a phone call to my boss. If he grants, I can do. Otherwise, I am helpless. So to say this, we should not be shy. One example, I'll tell you, correct example. A small boy, Narada, he asked his father, my dear father, Brahma, I see you sitting in the lotus and then taking charge of the whole universe. Amalaka vad vishwam vijnana vasitam tava. He says that like a amalaki fruit in the hand, you have complete control of the whole universe. So I conclude that you must be God, either he said. And Brahma became simultaneously blissful and angry. How to become, I don't know, how to become both. Either you will be blissful or you will be angry. He became angry. Why? He said, what he said? He said, Tasmai namo bhagavate vasudevaya dhimahi yan mayaya durjaya mam madanti jagadgurum. Foolish people call me God, my dear son. So what is the meaning? You foolishly call me God. But how can you call me God? You don't know. I may look like controlling everything, but I am not the ultimate, he said. He is very honest. Correct? No? Thoroughly honest. We should be like Brahma, because Brahma is our first acharya in the line. He was very honest. And then he said, Yena sarojisha vishwam rochitam rochayamyakam yatarkognir yatha somo yatarkshagrahatarakaha. He says, just as the sun shines, then the moon and the stars and all the firmament and everything else, all other objects shine. Without the sun, they cannot shine. So, rochitam rochayamyaham, he says. Lord gave me the seed which I am developing. I am only like a mali. Landlord is giving, boss is giving the seeds. I just sow the seed, water it, and plants are coming. I am not the cause of the plants. Rochitam rochayamyaham, he said. So that is the way Indra should speak. Huh? Indra should think that, see, Krishna has given me this post, and my post is not permanent. It's only going to be for a period of time. After that, somebody else will occupy the post. Just like you have seen the Olympic torch, you take it and run some distance and then hand it over to another person. He takes it. But there is only one leader in this world who is unchanging leader, everlasting leader, imperishable leader, permanent leader. Who is it? Krishna. Lord Vasudev, Krishna is the one leader. He is a leader for all time, and all of us can become leaders on his behalf for some temporary period of time. Huh? This is the correct understanding. And Indra was also one such leader, but he thought, I am that eternal leader. Huh? That was a mistake he did. So he's becoming angry. Look at him, how he looks. See here. Huh? He's shouting now. Huh? So now he says, he tells his people, all the Samvartaka clouds. Huh? They're calling Samvartaka clouds, which are supposed to be used only at the time of devastation. All the Vijayas are seeing, hey, why sky looks so scary? Thunderbolt and heavy shower of rain. Huh? See, this is some other cloud. See here. Huh? You see this? Huh? See? So, very, very dangerous situation. Vrindavan looks very scary. Huh? See, all muddy pool of water is coming. One water drop was like one elephant. So, Krishna is watching. All his friends are suffering. So, and then Krishna is going, and then Krishna is lifting the Govardhan hill now. You're seeing it? He's calling everybody, come here. It's very dark because that's how it was. Therefore, the picture is also very dark. See, now the servant is going and telling Indra, he's going and telling Indra that, this boy, Krishna, has lifted the Govardhan hill, and he is giving shelter to all the Vajavasis because they went and prayed to Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, go. What is that? Krishna, Krishna, Aravindaksha. No, not Aravindaksha. What is the first line? Krishna, Krishna? Krishna, Krishna, Mahabhago, Tvannatam Gokulam Prabhu, Trattamarghasi Devana, Kupitat, Bhakta Vatsala. They prayed like that. So, why Vajavasis want Krishna to protect them? So that they will be alive to take care of Krishna. That was their fear. अगर हम लोग मर जाएंगे तो तुमको कौन देखभाल करेगा तुम्हारा? That is their worry of Vajavasis. Generally, we think, hey, these guys want to be protected. They are worried about their life. They are not worried about their life. They will die a million times if it need be. But their worry is who will take care of Krishna. Actually, Vijavasis, when Krishna left Vrindavan and went, they were saying, actually, we cannot maintain our life like this without him. But then somebody else said, hey, if you die and suddenly Kana comes back, who will take care of him? They said, okay, I will maintain my life. That's what they maintain their life. And they're telling, please protect these cows. They are very dear to you. Here is Indra with Apsaras massaging feet and giving him somras to drink. And this fellow servant going and telling him, sir, we could not damage the Vajavasis as you expected. Kill the cows and everything. He said, why? He asked. And he said, this fellow has lifted a Govardhan hill. And see here. Going and see, look at his eyebrows. He's becoming very angry now. So, see how he's throwing. He's throwing it to the ground. And I am myself coming. I'll board the Airavat and come and watch what I do now. So he is himself coming, looking and see, he's looking at Krishna, how he is saying, actually we all are Krishna Das, but we can become envious of Krishna. Krishna says, Ichha Dvesha Samuthena Dhandva Mokhena Bharata. This jiva who is supposed to be lovingly serving Krishna, how he can become envious? Similarly, a disciple can become envious of even Guru also, or seniors also. Sometimes a boy brings some of the boys to introduce them to his senior. And when the boys start liking the senior, he is afraid and insecure. These boys or my boys are liking my senior even more. So in those days, I had made a principle that mentors will bring the boys and hand them over to caretakers. And caretaker will take care of them and hand them over to counselor. One boy was telling, Prabhuji, what is the use of cultivating them? They are all anyway not going to be with me. I have to give them to seniors. They will take. So I'm not very inspired or motivated to take care of the boys. Then I told him, see, when you become senior, you become, for example, you are a saffron devotee, then there is a white devotee below you, and there is a younger mentor below you. So should they give their boys to you or not? They should give me, he said. But how will, if you don't give to your senior, how will they give them to you? He said, oh, that's a good question. I never thought. I said, you never thought because you are selfish. See, when you are young, you want to keep the boys with you. And when you become the senior most, you want all boys with you only. That means both the times you are. So you give up this selfishness. Be selfless. So when you are very small, you think, I am not qualified to take care of these boys. My senior is great. I will take the boys with me and go to senior. They will be under him. I will also be under him. That's the right attitude. And tomorrow, when you become a senior devotee, saffron devotee, people bring them to you. You may keep some boys with you, and when you cannot take care of everybody, you share it with others. You all take care. We are all facilitators. We are not boss. And you are not going to be here in this world for all time. You will have to quit the situation, go to the next situation. What are you going to carry with us? You cannot carry the house or the car or the laptop or your people you brought. Nobody will be there. Yeah. So I would suggest you can watch one video called Nutty Greedy. If you have not seen. How many of you seen that? Definitely you should see that. It's there in the YouTube also. If you see when this greedy squirrel, he accumulated too much of nuts inside a tree hole. Later on, he tried to push one of it and everything came out. How he miserably lost everything. It's a funny story it is. It's not a very big video. It's 6-8 minutes. You can see that. So in this world, any of us have a possessive mentality or proprietorship mentality. If we watch such things, we understand that I can't hold on to anything for all time. We all come here, stay here, just like that bundi I told you, bundi and ants. You can hold on to bundi for a while. Eventually, we have to leave and go. Not only you have to leave the possessions, we have to leave this very body which is very dear to us. But Indra has forgotten all this philosophy now. Krishna is lifting the oath hill. See? Now he says, I will show my prowess now. See, he's throwing heavy duty weapons. See, actually his idea is to topple the Govardhan hill. See, he's hitting. Putting very, very heavy weapons. Hurling. See? But nothing is happening. Govardhan is having the touch of Krishna is very blissful. Govardhan is very steady and stable. So as Indra kept on trying different things, so he understood that, and he himself got toppled and fell, see? So he fell in the muddy pool of water. And he came to his senses now. Now he told the Samvata clouds, I'm sorry, now you stop your work now. Go back. And sunlight started shining now. Now the frogs are happy. And Krishna told all Nanda Baba and others, all of you now, you can go out. I'll keep the mountain down. So, see, they all are praising Krishna, everybody. So now, at this point of time, Krishna told all Ujjabasis to go, and then he is standing near the Govinda Kunda alone. Why he is alone? See, Krishna doesn't derive delight in ridiculing others. You will see, even Nimai Pandit did not ridicule Keshav Kashmiri. When boys laughed, he said, don't laugh because his ego will get twisted, hurt. So unnecessarily don't ridicule. His goal is not to belittle somebody, but his goal is to purify. So that is his big heart, you see. He's standing alone waiting for Indra. Indra is coming behind. Krishna is watching. And he took his... Indra also kept this thing, Airavat, at a distance only. Because how will he come on the top of Airavat in front of Krishna? It's ashamed. See his hands. What is the posture of Indra now? What does it show? He has become submissive now. Look at his face. Is he proud or submissive? See, he's putting his head down. He is very despondent now. Pita gurustvam jagatam adhisho Duratyaya kala upata dandaha hitaya checha tanubhi samihase manam vidhunman jagadisha manina. This is what we read, isn't it? This is the verse, my dear Lord. So he is keeping his kirit down at the feet of Krishna. What is the meaning of this? I surrender, I resign from my post. And Indra's idea was, now when I meet Krishna, he will very soon give a call to Yamaraj and say, Yamaraj, take him to Yamaloka. Give him special treatment. Huh? He was thinking like that. Chakravarti Thakur has written in his commentary like that. Huh? Indra thought, I'm going to be beaten up like anything. Black and blue, you say, no, he'll be beaten up. But Krishna didn't do that. And he was ready to resign also now. He thought, I have done a very big blunder. Here Indra and Krishna, Sri Swami says they are having a Guhyamakyati Prichati. And then after hearing all his wonderful prayers, Krishna is telling, Shri Shukavacha Evam Sankirtita Krishno Maghona Bhagavanamum Mega Gambhiraya Vacha Prahasanyidam Abravit. So after hearing the prayers of Indra, Krishna spoke in a rumbling voice like a cloud. What he spoke? Shri Bhagavan Vacha Mayate Akari Magavan Magavango no Grihnata Madanusmritaye Nityam Mattasyendra Shriya Brisham. My dear Indra, I did a great anugraha for you. I gave mercy on you. Somebody may ask, what kind of mercy is this? That you have humiliated me so badly. But it is mercy. Why? Because by this pastime of lifting Govardhan hill, I have removed your false pride. See, imagine if Krishna, fought against Indra and vigorous fight. That will be like giving too much respect to Indra's position. Correct, no? And Krishna lifted Govardhan hill not even with his right hand, he lifted with left hand. Not even with his palm, lifted with this finger. He wanted to show Indra that you are not even strong enough, equal to my finger, this finger. See, generally we say, Bain haath ka kel, we say, no? Bain haath we say, Bain ungli ka kel. Yeah. Correct, no? So Indra was thoroughly humbled. So he is supposed to be humble. He was not humble, so he was humbled like this. So, and Lord wanted to show, you don't know who I am. Krishna showed him. I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You are a small kid. You are one of the 33 crore million devatas. One of them. You are not ultimate. Remember that. See, this may be a little painful for our false ego, but it is a reality that we all are part and parcels. We are very small. Like in India, there is 140 crore. 140 crore population in India. And we are one of those people, correct, no? Yeah. So we are not the Prime Minister of India. We are just one of the anshas in India. But if you take the Prime Minister of India also, he is leading the whole of India. But in America, there is another president leading America. You go to Russia, there is another president. You go to Australia, there is another president. And if you take the entire Earth, it's only one planet. There are millions of planets. In each planet, there are presiding deities. And then therefore it is said, Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutastunvanti Divyastavai Vedai Sangapada Krama Upanishadai Gayanti Yam Samaga. So the first line says, in this way, Brahma, Varuna, Indra, Chandra, Rudra, Vayu, Agni, they all are subordinate to Krishna. Krishna is beyond the Navagrahas. Krishna is beyond 33 crore devatas. He is called as Asamaurdva. There is no one equal to him, there is no one bigger than him. Like he says, Matta Parataram. Now some of you may have a question. When he says Matta Parataram, there is no one equal to me or bigger than me, then we may think, is Krishna not proud? We are saying Indra should not be proud. How can Krishna be proud? Actually, Krishna can never be proud because if you observe his character, he is, I was telling you yesterday, he is massaging the feet of horses of Arjuna. And he is a Parthasarathi, riding the chariot of Arjuna. He is washing the feet of the sages who are coming for the Rajsri Yajna. Lord is completely free from false pride. Whenever the Lord says there's no one equal to me or greater than me, he's actually telling us the truth. It's a fact There is no, not even a tinge of pride. When we are not somebody and we claim to be that person, then only it's called false pride. Correct, no? Otherwise, Krishna does not have, and Krishna also is a non-exploitative Lord. Huh? Like he says, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. I am actually the boss of millions of universes and millions of planets. But you will always see, when he conquers a demon, he will not become the king himself. He killed Vali, he put Sugriva. He killed Ravana, he put Vibhishan. You will see like that. He killed Hiranyakashipu, he put. So how kind is the Lord? You can see that. He makes his devotees run the world. He makes his devotee. So Lord is free from false pride and he is extremely humble. Uh, in fact, you will cry tears the more you hear pastimes of Lord's humble behavior. How he deals with different type of, like, he punched this fellow, what's his name? Jambavan. When Jambavan was attacking Krishna in the Gufa, Krishna also hit him. After that, Jambavan lost all the strength in his body. His body became like a balloon without air. He got very well. And Jambavan said, you cannot be anybody other than Lord Ramachandra. He said, because Ramachandra only can defeat me like this. And then Krishna smiled and told him, yes, I come as Rama, now I come as Krishna now. And then what Krishna did? Krishna said, you are my devotee too. But because you assumed the role of my enemy now, for your pleasure, I fought with you. So now let me repair your body. And then he massaged all parts of his body. And Krishna massaged the whole body. Jambavan's strength again came back. And Jambavan offered many, many wonderful prayers. So such wonderful Lord, his behavior is very, very charming. You read every pastime, what he speaks, what he does, is very, very charming. When Maitreya met Vidura, immediately there were tears in the eyes of Maitreya seeing Vidura. See, Maitreya is like a guru and Vidura goes like a shishya. But Maitreya is saying, I am very inspired simply looking at you, he says. And Vidura is saying, why, what did he do? He is saying, when Krishna comes to your palace, Krishna used to lie in a sofa like this, but he used to put his lotus feet on the lap of Vidura and go to sleep. And Vidura would be massaging Krishna's feet. So he was so much anyonya with you, intimate with you, that he very casually put his two lotus feet on your thighs and Krishna went to sleep. You were massaging his feet. So looking at you, I feel by telling you something about Krishna, I will develop love for Krishna by looking at you. Like that he said, Maitreya. Although he was in a higher position, because Maitreya and Uddhava were the ones who were there when Lord ascended to his abode. Therefore, Vidura came to seek some knowledge from him. But then Maitreya was feeling very inspired. So Krishna's dealing with his devotees is so sweet. So therefore, Lord is saying, my dear Indra, I actually wanted you to be free from false pride, because any devotee who is free from false pride will look very beautiful. And any devotee tinged with false pride looks very ugly. But the speech of the devotee, the behavior of the devotee, the conduct of the devotee, people will not like it. It's very obnoxious, it is. So if you really want to look beautiful, then we have to do this homework of clearing the false ego. Therefore, Lord says, Indra, you were always beautiful as my wonderful servant representing me. But now suddenly you became ugly. I wanted to make you again beautiful, like a beautiful devotee again. Now you look beautiful. Why? Because you have become submissive and humble. That is real beauty. Mat anusmritiye nityam. Mattasya indasya abhisham. If people forget their remembrance of Krishna, Mamaishwarya Srimadando Dandapanim na pashyati. When a person becomes very proud of his opulences, he fails to see that the Lord in the form of Kala is standing with a stick in the hand to knock us down in the form of old age or disease or death. Any time it can come. Like Shankar also says, he says, Ma kuru dhana jana yauvana garvam harati nimeshat kala sarvam. It's worthy of meditating. He says, don't be proud of your wealth or followers, aristocratic followers, or your youth. At any time, in a moment, all these things can be taken away by Kala. Like somebody commits suicide, or somebody dies in an accident on the road, or somebody gets suddenly some dengue virus or something. Then dengue or somebody got this corona, anybody can suddenly be knocked out from their position in a moment. By whom? By Kala. So the Dandapani is always there. Tam Brahmshayami. Tam Brahmshayami sampadbhyo. Yasya checham anugraham. In this way, I show my anugraha to some devotees like you. So I have removed your false pride so that you can be happy. You can be happy and you can be my proper representative and you can do your responsible duties nicely and without becoming diseased by your false pride. See, Indra is keeping his mukut down and telling Krishna that, my dear Lord, I now realize the truth. So I resign. So he's praying. Kamyatam shakra bhadram vaha kriyatam menu shasanam stiyatam swadhikareshu yuktair vastambha varjitaihi. See, he's calling him Bhadram. Indra, now you have become auspicious now. Why? Because you become submissive. You have become submissive, your buddhi has come back. Now you have become a proper representative of mind. So kriyatam menu shasanam. You don't have to give up your post, but you give up your false pride. Lord said, Sambhavarjitaihi. Become free from false pride and now you can go back and continue to be Indra, no problem. But don't be in a mood of, because the moment Indra thought I am the center, he wanted to prove to Ujabasis that I can be of nuisance value to you. So like mosquito I told you, isn't it? So in this world you will see those people afflicted by false pride, they will trouble others and get troubled also. Like Hiranyakashipu. He not only troubled Prahalad, he troubled the whole universe. And finally he got destroyed also. See Duryodhana, he didn't give even 5 villages. He troubled Pandavas like anything. Finally, he got destroyed. Hitler, he killed 10 million Jews. Finally, he committed suicide himself. So those people who are afflicted by false pride, they are neither happy themselves, nor can they make happy others. Whereas those who are Krishna conscious, they are humble servants. They, although they exactly represent Krishna and do great good to the world, they will never assume the role of being the pivot of everything and bring their false pride. That's why Krishna wanted Indra to play his role properly. So acceptance of God, alignment with God, acting for the pleasure of God, acting on behalf of God. So the Lord taught him everything. Indra had forgotten to accept Krishna, acceptance of God. And Indra had deviated from the from Krishna's instructions. So alignment with God is scriptures. And acting for the pleasure of God is, we should all do our duties as a yajna for the pleasure of God. Why are you doing this? For the pleasure of Guru and Krishna. Why are you doing this? I've been ordered by Guru and Krishna. Prabhupada always said, my Guru Maharaj ordered me to print books and distribute. I think my Guru Maharaj will be very happy. He always considered whether this will please my spiritual master. When he went to America, so in the Boston Harbor, he says, the time will come when the great Acharya Bhaktivinoda Thakur will be pleased when he sees everybody chanting the holy name. He always thought about, Lord Nityananda, Lord Gaur Nitai and Guru. And Prabhupada said, this Krishna consciousness movement is conducted under the supervision of, he doesn't say under supervision of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. He doesn't say that. He's Rupa Goswami. I am also Rupanuga like all of you. And Prabhupada says, this Krishna consciousness movement was originally founded by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Prabhupada says. So they are the center, we are servants. So that's the mood Lord Krishna taught. So let us take some questions. There are questions, many questions are piling up here. Quickly we will try to answer them. How to identify our false pride at early stage and not wait for things going out of control. Example, Indra realizes his mistake after 7 days of trying to annihilate Vijayavasis. See, when false ego comes, you will see there will be malediction. Malediction means your mouth will speak rubbish. It will not be able to speak purely. Our speech, our behavior will cause some stress for us, irritation for us, headache for us also, and others also will feel uneasiness. And how many of you have observed sometimes friction while dealing with somebody? You experience friction, correct? No? So that is a clue that what is coming in now? What is popping up? False ego covering is coming. See, when covering comes, you like I told you that car hidden by the snow, that's becoming covered, correct now? Hmm? That is answered now, just now answered. So, in this way, you can understand that we are becoming covered over, blinded. Also, your peers can tell you, your friends can tell you that, hey, your dealings are not proper. So, have some nice friends who can tell your friends whenever you see some false ego, please remind me. You can keep them. You can help them, they can help you. And another thing you will see that things are not coming out well. Huh? Like when you have false ego while dealing with others, they won't cooperate with you. Huh? Earlier somebody was cooperating, now they are not cooperating. And people who are coming towards you, now they'll be going away from you. That's another symptom. Huh? Hey, why nobody's coming near me? He says, because he says in that Amara Jivan song, he's saying, Sajjana Varjita, he says. Huh? That means all Sajjan devotees will say, hey, don't go near this fellow. Because right now he is like little afflicted by false pride, dangerous now. इनका जाओ तो चलाएगा वो, huh? Nobody will come near us. So when everybody is alienating us, we can know that my behavior is afflicted by false pride. So many things are there, symptoms to know how the false pride is affecting us. And we also don't feel comfortable in spiritual life. Susukam kartum aveyam. But we will be frustrated kartum. Huh? We won't be susukam kartum. You can clearly see that something is wrong. Huh? Then immediately what we should do? Slow down your activities. Go to the Guru's instructions, senior devotees, consult them. Prabhuji, these days I am not very happy. So please guide me. I am committing some mistakes. You can take guidance. See, we get very important instructions from Prabhupada. Books, Shiksha Gurus, Diksha Guru. But we see gradually the focus, seriousness to execute, like we see how Prabhupada carried the spiritual master's instructions for throughout life. How in our Krishna consciousness keep ourselves surcharged with that kind of Holy Spirit. Please give some practical ways, Prabhuji. Okay, you can put the word consistency. Huh? I have spoken almost 3 lectures on this. Huh? Consistency. You just put the word consistent or consistency, you will get it. You definitely have very nice clues available on how to become consistent and not just be sporadic. Like if you see this Buswanam, they say, there is a like a, what do you call that? Flower pot. It will be like this. You just put, that's all, over. Some people, you show enthusiasm in the beginning, after that you are busy with material life or something. And after 6 months, again, another one. And consistency means like a 10,000 wala. Start slowly, top, 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 it will go on like that. So we should be like which one? 10,000 wala. Huh? It should be so long that by the time the Golok airplane should come to take us back. Sometimes it happens that authority is little upset with me because of my small mistakes. I feel, take it as improvement. And if I do biggest mistake, then authority is completely unhappy and displeased with me. Then I feel completely discouraged. And one time thought of leaving Krishna consciousness also. I am fearful of getting into this situation. How to make sure that this kind of situation never comes. So this is a warning for the authorities that we should be careful in dealing with devotees. Sometimes we may become very unhappy with somebody and we may yell at them. My Guru Maharaj said that we should never yell at any devotee. It's very dangerous it is. Why we yell? Because we are venting out our frustration. Huh? So, but if you yell once, one senior devotee was telling me, if once you yell a person, no, he becomes a lifelong enemy. Yeah? So we have to be very, very careful. Therefore, we say, Vachavegam, Manasavegam, we have to control our urge to speak. So, in case you are very frustrated with the blunder committed by somebody, like one devotee I sent in Pune to market yard. So he had his Jolna bag like this kind of thing. It was a thread kind of thing. But he had put it behind. In that 5,000 rupees he had kept. So when he went in a scooter, it was a very crowded market. Then when he took out that, only the rope was there. Somebody cut it and took it. So he lost the bag with 5,000 rupees and he came back and I scolded him very strongly. Are Krishna's money, how much effort we put to bring the money, He said, Prabhuji, why are you scolding me? You should scold the fellow who's looted it. But I said, I don't know who looted it. But who took the money? You took the money. Prabhuji, you can't be so upset with me, he was telling. See, I will not be upset with you when I told him that if you lose Krishna's money, you should go out and distribute books and to bring a profit of 5,000 rupees. He said, oh, that is too much, he said. If you accepted that, then I won't be upset with you. Huh? You are not accepting punishment also, and you are trying to justify what you did. Then he is telling me, Prabhuji, I think it was a destiny that money should be lost today. Then I became more angry. What, Prabhuji? Any explanation I give, you become angry. I said, you are giving wrong explanations. I want you to take responsibility. Prabhuji, लगता है कि आप अच्छे मूड में नहीं हैं आज. He said. I said, आज का बात नहीं. कभी भी इस तरह के बात बोलोगे मैं नाराज होऊंगा तुमसे. So he said, Prabhuji, लग रहा है मुझे दूसरे मंदिर में चले जाऊंगा. I said, don't go to another temple and create the same trouble there also. So, if you are a subordinate, try to modify your behavior. Don't try to justify your behavior. Then the seniors become more angry, correct? No? Why seniors are upset? Because they are unhappy that you are not ready to modify and get purified. You are creating trouble for yourself and others. At the same time, seniors should be very careful dealing with younger ones, because many times you may be very straightforward in speech, but what is going on in the younger ones' minds, we may not know. And for the younger ones, I would say, whenever you feel like leaving Krishna consciousness, you write a letter to seniors that, Prabhu, your judgment was so severe, I am thinking of leaving Krishna consciousness. So what do you think about this? He will go to deity room and bring Mahaprasad, come running to you. Prabhuji, please eat this Mahaprasad and accept my obeisances. Don't leave Krishna consciousness. Dangerous. Prabhupada said, one who has come to Krishna consciousness is fortunate. And one who never got Krishna consciousness is unfortunate. But one who got Krishna consciousness and leaves it is most unfortunate, he said. Amazing illustration about false ego. As you told that one cannot be possessor of a thing for all time. But when possessed thing or person goes out of hand, it feels very painful and feels like havoc. And no teaching enters into heart. How to calm the mind in this time? See, we all possess something, and then what we possess will be taken away. It's not only with you, with everybody. Like a newborn child, comes like this. If you open the fingers of a tender child again, how many of you say aside, like a spring, it closes back, you see? It's coming in a grabbing mode. And dead person, you can see the dead body. He cannot close. Does he close? He leaves, because that means at that time he has to leave. So we all catch and leave. Catch and leave. That's the nature of the material world. So why you lament about it? You should know it in advance. Then why lament? That you possess something, it's gone. You can also think that what I possessed for some time, that period is over. No? Therefore, Lord has taken it away. One should think like that. Prabhuji, in office, when we have people above, they are being called as boss by others. But I don't feel like calling them as boss. I think only Krishna and devotees are my boss. But I just do the work as much as required. I don't try to please them. Is this right way to deal in office, Prabhuji? No. It's dangerous. I'll tell you an example. I'll tell you a real story, I'll tell you. In Pune, in 97, when I had just become the president, there was one boy coming. Almost daily he will come. For the morning and all he will come, chant with devotees, and then go to his office. His office was in MG Road, on the side of the temple. It was a small office with about 10, 12 people working in that small size firm, computer company. So one day morning, because he would attend the Bhagavatam class 8 to 9, and then you take prasad and go. So 9:30 he reached. And the other colleagues would come at 10 o'clock. The office would start at 10. So he reached little early. So the boss was also sitting in his cabin, in the corner. Other than his cabin, it's only one big room, that's all. They all have table, everything. So the boss called him and said, my dear boy, can you please take the broomstick and a little bit clean the room, because today our peon is not coming. He said, he has taken leave today. you're not coming, can you please sweep? Because others will come at 10 o'clock. Now it's 9:45, 9:50. 5 minutes, you can just let me clean the office so that others can find it nice. This fellow was in two minds. Am I a peon to clean the office? I am an engineer. So he said, sir, why should I do this? He asked. And the sir said, because the peon is not coming today. Somebody should do it. He said, no. Sir, I'm not comfortable doing this. I am just coming to do my job. I have my table and chair. I'll sit. I want to start my work. I came a little early so that I can plan for the day. He said. The boss said, okay, it's all right. Okay, go sit in your seat and start your job, he said. Then after a while, he just turned around and saw the boss was sweeping. The CEO, the main person. He was sweeping there. And this boy was a little shocked. My lord, he is himself sweeping. He's wearing coat, suit, boot, tie, everything. And he is sweeping. So at that time, this fellow thought, maybe I should have done it, he thought. And then he wanted to take the jadu from his hand and do it, but he wasn't sure whether now is it all right or not. He was not able to arrive at a decision. He saw and then slowly turned his face away. He was working as if he didn't see. When the boss finished the sweeping, then the boy couldn't contain himself. He went and told the boss that, sir, why did you do it, sir, unnecessarily? So many others will come at 10 o'clock. One of them could have done it, he said. Boss, it's all right. Ultimately, it's our office. It's like our home. Either you do it or I do it. Somebody has to do it, he said. So the boy came to meet me in the evening. He said, Prabhuji, today my heart is very heavy. I'm not very comfortable today. You tell me what I did, was it right or wrong, Prabhuji? I said, wrong. I said, why? I told him, see, one day to sweep this, what is the problem? You could have done it, I said. He said, what, Prabhuji, he is using me like a peon. Tomorrow he will tell me, daily you do it. I said, see, he has a peon to do the job. Don't imagine things. See, finally he himself did it. Because your company is not a big company. 10, 12 people are there. I said, so he wasn't very convinced. But next day morning, he was fired from the job. He was no more part of the company. Why I'm telling you, don't take your material boss cheaply. Actually, you should think that your material boss is posted by Krishna in that position. What is the proof? I will tell you. When Sanatana Goswami was sitting with 20, 30 Brahmanas and Vaishnavas and studying Bhagavatam in his house, with the pretext of sickness, that time Nawab Shah was suspicious. He came to Sanatana Goswami's place and then he opened the door and suddenly the king Nawab Shah came into the house. Then Sanatana Goswami immediately got up. Then all the other Brahmins, Vaishnavas, they also got up. You read the purport, what Prabhupada writes there. Prabhupada says there, because Nawab Shah is a king, the king is actually appointed by the Lord. Whoever is in that role, of senior role, somebody is there. So therefore, Sanatana Goswami gave that Raja Maryada. There are 8 types of Maryada. I'll show you that, what Bhaktivinoda Thakur says. There are 8 types of respect. See? Naramatra Maryada. Which means if somebody has a human body, you should respect them. Because they have a human body. Sabhyatera Maryada. Somebody is a gentleman, with good qualities. He is very cultured. How many of you have seen cultured people who are not yet devotees till now? You've seen people like that, right? Now we can respect them. See, such a nice cultured family. Husband, wife, they're very respectful, nice people. Like many of you are living in housing colonies, where your neighbor may not be a devotee, but they're good people, correct, no? They're helpful, friendly. So we should respect them for their goodness. Raja Maryada, someone is holding a post of your boss in your company or a king. They deserve to be respected. Because without Krishna's sanction, they can't be boss. Similarly, Vidya Maryada. Somebody is a doctorate. Say you see somebody is from IISc, is a doctorate or a postdoctorate. He's a professor is coming. Oh, you should think immediately. Oh, this person, he may not be a devotee. Somebody might have brought him. He may not be a devotee, but because he is having a high qualification, tomorrow by your good behavior, he may consider becoming devotee. They deserve to be respected. And it is not easy for somebody to be a PhD from IISc, correct or not? It's one of the internationally acclaimed universities. So because he's been awarded some very powerful material opulence, if he becomes Krishna's devotee, that would be very Nice. So it's always good for us to respect them. Guna Maryada. Somebody has a morally strict behavior, somebody shows. Like Prabhupada respected Gandhi for his brahmacharya and for his morality and ethics and all, isn't it? Varna Maryada. Like Puri Brahmanas, when you go, they hit on the head with a stick, tak tak, correct, no? And we should think, oh, these are very, very dear servants of Jagannath. Huh? Shabaras also, they are very dear. The Lord wants them to lift him and bring him to chariot. So they are associates of the Lord, and we should not take them for granted. If they take a stick and hit on your head, you should feel yourself blessed and fortunate. Because these people are Lord's right hand, left hand people. Actually, getting their mercy is more important for us than even directly getting Lord's mercy. So we should not take them very lightly. Similarly, Ashram Maryada. Prabhupada saw in Chattikara, when he was walking on the road, when Mayavasanyas was coming, Prabhupada said, Prabhupada looked at him and folded his palm. And then that fellow also immediately folded the palm and said, Namo Narayana. Like that he said. And Prabhupada said, Hare Krishna. He said. And Prabhupada saw the other sannyasi disciples of Prabhupada, they were all looking at him, Mayavadi. And Prabhupada said, hey, after all, these people are on the path of liberation. Correct? No? They deserve to be respected. Like in Pune, we are going on Harinam Sankirtan. Right opposite our NVCC temple, there is a Shatrunjai Mandir where lot of very elderly Jain sadhus would come. Correct? No? Morning when we go, many times our Harinam is going like this and Jain sadhus would come walking, some 3-4 people. So once I saw a couple of very elderly sadhus, they wear this white color, correct? No? So I was leading the kirtan, I saw them, I did like this, I did like this. And they were giving blessing like this. Because elderly sadhu, very, very elderly sadhu. So actually we should always be receiving blessing from everybody. We should not disrespect anybody and earn their curse. So you may say, what Jain sadhu can give blessing? I am working on Krishna Prem, he is working on liberation. No. No, because they have practiced it. If you see the Rasta practices, so many years they have practiced it. And for their age, for their wisdom, for their maturity, we should respect everybody. Like I go to sometimes global conferences, where once I met Chinmayananda, when Swami was there, and I was also there. So now when we meet such people, what we should do? You say they're Mayavadi, turn their face away. No, you were sitting right next seat only. So when he spoke, he said a very nice thing. He said, just as Kalia came in Vrindavan and polluted the water, similarly, many industries are polluting waters with their chemical effluents. And he said, just as Lord Krishna came and danced on Kalia's hoods and drove away Kalia, we pray that, people of India take to the Bhagavad Gita knowledge and study it and drive away all this pollution. He was telling. So something nice, they can also speak sometimes. So if there is some, like you said, Vishadapi Amritam, Grahyam. So even in a filthy place, like your gold ring fell into the commode, it fell in the stool. How many of you will take it out? You will not take it? Many of them are nodding their head, they won't take it. But it is 20 lakh ring. It's very costly, very heavy ring. It fell exactly into your stool. Okay, how many of you? Now let us take, how many of you will take it out? Really, only half of them. If you put water, it will go down. What Shastra say? Maybe you can wear some gloves and take it. Later on you can throw away the gloves. By the time we bring gloves, somebody else should not put water. Make sure. See, the idea is, even if you take with your hand also, no problem. That is only, your stool is only hydrogen phosphate, don't worry. Take it out, and then you wash it in the water, and then you wash your hand with soap 10 times if you want, no problem. But the point is, even if a gold is fallen in stool, you take it out. Similarly, sometimes, even people who are Mayavadis and other people, they may have something respectful to say about Krishna sometimes. And they deserve to be respected for their renunciation, Prabhupada says. So that is ashram. And then there is ashram Maryada. And then Bhakti Maryada. When Markandeya Rishi came into an assembly, that time Parashara was a small 7-year-old boy. And he was sitting in the lap of his father. When Markandeya just came to see the king, he saw this boy. He immediately was like shocked. Immediately offered a big obeisance to him. And this Parashara also offered back. And he said, Markandeya, what is this? What are you doing? You are living across millenniums. Huh? Why are you offering obeisance to me? I feel ashamed. I am a small kid. And then he said, no, no, you may be a small kid, but your intelligence is so great. All the intelligence of all of us put together cannot match with yours. Huh? So he said, therefore, although you are a small kid, your bhakti is so great that you deserve to be respected. So there are 8 type of respect, you see. So your boss, you should see that he is Krishna's representative. Huh? You should not take lightly. Hmm? And also another interesting thing, if you are very respectful to the boss, he will give you holidays for your Kartik Yatra. Correct? No? Similarly, if there is a crorepati, you respect him, he will give donation for the temple. Correct? No? If you say he is not chanting like me, I chant 16 rounds, he doesn't chant. If you say like that, then he will say no money, get lost. Huh? So you should know that Krishna has kept his opulences with many people. Huh? So therefore, it's always good to respect all. Huh? It's getting a little late. You must be hungry for prasad now, my lord. Okay. In Bhagavatam 3:23-2 says that Devati served Kardamani with intimacy and respect. Both of these seem to be contrary. When there is intimacy, I see that respect is lost while serving devotees Guru. You can see, so when Bhakti Swami Maharaj came yesterday, many of his disciples, you will see, they have a simultaneous love and fear for him. You can see that because Maharaj speaks purely and strictly, and he is uncompromising, no wishy-washy, straightforward he speaks. At the same time, they feel great love and affection for him when they see his smile, when they see his enthusiasm. How can you say that they are only fearful? Huh? So it is possible to have love and respect both. Like our Sugriva and also Guha, they would sometimes go and watch Lord Rama from a little distance, but they would never go near him. But Hanuman would go in front of Ram and bow down and ask him, Kim Karomi, what can I do? And they would ask Hanuman, what did Ram say? So they were very fond of Ram, but also having too much respect for Ram also. And that is a very good type of state of consciousness while dealing with seniors. If you are going to be too casual, then you can't benefit from the seniors. There was one boy in America, one brahmachari boy, Saffron. So he used to put hand in his own Ranath Maharaj's shoulder in America because he was driving for Maharaj many times. He would travel with Maharaj. He's an American boy. He was too casual and friendly, and Maharaj didn't mind also. So one time, one of the Bombay devotees told me that he called that boy to come to India because he thought the boy may not be aware of his position. When he came to Chowpari temple, he saw the Sunday feast program and festival program and how people deal with Maharaj. He developed reverence. He became, just like Arjuna said, Saketi matva prasabam yaduktam. Hey Krishna, hey Adava, hey Saketi. Ajanata mahimanam tavedam. Maya pramadat pranaye navapi. That mood he adopted. He said, Maharaj, I didn't know how big you are. In America, I was dealing with you like another brahmachari in the same ashram. Dealing with you friendly. Maharaj told this in a why you spoiled his, friendly mood. Maharaj sometimes would put his hand in his shoulder. He will put Maharaj's shoulder also. Like that. So, anyway, we need a blend of these two. Blend of reverence. What is difference between impressing and pleasing seniors or others? Impressing is material, pleasing is spiritual. So when you talk about pleasing the superior, you are more concerned about doing the service well so that their heart is touched. So you know what will please them the most, you know it, and you try to do it very faithfully. Impressing means what? You actually don't do the work. You want to show off. Work is not done. You just, like I'll tell you, for example, you go to somebody's house, they know that the guest is coming, they clean the room and lot of garbage dump in one place and put a blanket over it. When I went to one of the homes, it was like that. When I went to that room to wash the hand in the wash basin, they said, here, not there, they were saying. When they were saying, the blanket fell down. And you could see what it was. They were immediately trying to close the door immediately. So impressing means what? You try to make a show outside, but you have not done the good job fully. Pleasing means actually you put your best efforts. Like for example, like growing a plant requires time. Water it, grows gradually. But cramming and vomiting doesn't take much time. So therefore, in the same manner, pleasing means it requires a lot of effort actually, genuinely to please somebody. In voice, in a situation I am only OC, I am only PC, I am etc. And also handling control of IYF services, false ego easily gets accumulated on me. What should I do? See, if there are only 5 boys in your center, yeah, and you are the OC, you don't have to think that I am the OC, I am the IM, I am the PC, and I am the PM. You know, I am this. Why do you think like that? You should think that our center is so pathetic. Huh? You know, actually 50 boys should be there, but I could only bring 5 boys. I am such a bad leader, nobody want to join. Like that we should think. Correct. Our center is a very sickly voice. Huh? Healthy voice means there should be 50 boys. Huh? And then that means you have multiple people to help you. You are a project manager, you have overall coordinator below you, you have IM, internal manager, then you have a PC. That means you need so many people because the volume of operation is so great. Now your volume of operation is so low that only 5 people are there. You should feel that I am a low performer and I have to please my superiors by becoming high performer. Like that you should think. Yeah. As Madhvacharya always shows victory sign, what that means? He doesn't show victory sign. Nowadays people do this. Madhvacharya is saying Dvaitam. There is Lord and there is Jiva. Yeah. He is saying, as Madhvacharya always shows victory sign, what does that mean actually? Is it like making us aware? Like Krishna will give us 2 choices, me or mine. Huh? You want only Krishna or you want Krishna's positions? Don't assume anything. We find out. Madhvacharya is showing 2 because he wants to say Jiva and Paramatma. Huh? 2. I feel so much independent mentality, enjoying independently tendency so much. How to nullify it and get submissive to superiors? Dambam mahadupasaya. Huh? It means getting late, no? Yeah, that's our last question. See, Dambam mahadupasaya means serving great souls. Like this one, Bhakti Vikas Maharaj is here for 4 days. Huh? So take up some seva, do some service. There are many sannyasis who come here, I heard. Driving car for them or cooking for them or purchasing something for them, hearing their lectures. You can serve the Vapu, you can serve the Vani also. And you can also observe them, how they respond to different situations and things like that. That's how you grow. Devotee served for many years, service in Kadama. Bhagavatam says, great souls purifies all anartha, sushrushoshadadhanasya. Why then Devotee had material desires and got children despite serving great soul? But what child she got? She got Krishna as the child. Did she get an ordinary child? So if Lord is, that means she is like non-different from Yashoda. Huh? So she is not ordinary mother. Huh? Yeah, one should not take her lightly. Huh? She is worshipable mother. She tells the Lord that you are the same Lord who gives Vatapatra Shai and all that she says. Huh? In some class, I heard Govardhan Hill is Krishna's one of the topmost devotee, and in other class, I heard Govardhan is Krishna himself. How can I understand? Actually, just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna, but he also comes as a devotee. Like that, we can understand. Huh? Govardhan is devotee and the Lord. Prabhuji, okay. Actually, backside, they have cut some paper and put. I think it's not. Okay. Last question here. Huh? Prabhuji, I didn't get the concept of how demigods control our senses. What if one's senses are not at all working, like blind, deaf, etc.? Could you please clarify? Yeah, that means the demigod has suppressed that sense. That is also control, no? If somebody can suppress you from doing something, that is also control, yeah. They have muted that sense. Huh? For all of you, he has unmuted. Correct, no? That is also control. Muting is control or not? Control, yeah. Mantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki